It's time for live sports coverage on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tonight's wrestling match is brought to you in part by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Our gold sponsor, Town Auto Group. Sponsorship also includes Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Inland Northwest Honda Dealers, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Now let's go live to the gym for coverage of wrestling action here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station.
Looking for the pin here to tie this match, and he gets it! Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Eastmont High School. Eric Granstrom coming to you live on the NCWLIFE Channel. We've been off for a month. Football was the last thing we had here on the television, and tonight it's Big Nine Wrestling. It's the Eastmont Wildcats off to an 0-1 start in Big Nine Wrestling action, hosting the Moses Lake Mavericks, also 0-1. But both teams played very good opponents in their first match of the season last week, and it's early in the season, so we'll see how they size up here tonight. Best news of all, we only have one forfeit in all of the weights. We'll come back and talk to the coach about tonight's matchup as we continue here next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
At Coldwell Banker, their people, their company are cut from a different cloth. They see, hear, sense, and feel things that other people don't. They have a unique appreciation for the thing called home. Because of this dedication, Coldwell Banker has thrived for over a century. This is why they are ranked #1 on Agent Trust. Coldwell Banker. They do real estate with higher standards and have been guiding people home since 1906.
Show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, getting ready for Moses Lake and Eastmont in Big Nine Wrestling. Jose Tanguma, the head coach for Moses Lake, joins us now. Coach, I know it's early in the season. How are the boys shaping up?
The boys are looking pretty good. We have a tough season this year. We hit a couple bump roads, speed bumps on the way to the matches earlier, but the team's looking a lot better right now. So,
how are you doing health-wise?
We're healthy. We only got like one injured wrestler. Should be ready to go by next week.
Okay.
So our lineup will be a lot stronger.
Now, I recognize your last name. You take over a very historied program with Moses Lake. Your first year as the head coach. How's it going for you so far?
It's going great. So this is my second year now, and the team's really developing into a strong house again. So I'm looking forward for the rest of the season.
What do you expect from Eastmont here tonight? I love the fact that you only have one forfeit throughout all the weights. That's nice to see.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Eastmont to come out nice, fast, and hard, but we'll be there to slow them down.
Okay. Well, best of luck here tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
All right. Thank you.
There you go, Jose Tanguma, the head coach for the Moses Lake Mavericks. We'll come back with the Eastmont new head coach coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
Our TC Slingers coaches interview continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, visiting with Tyler McGee, new head coach here at Eastmont. Well, Tyler, I know it's early in the season. How are the boys shaping up?
We're starting off strong. We've got a lot of good potential that we're trying to build up. Our goal is postseason, and so we're trying to get our boys prepared and ready for that. So,
talk about taking over the program. I know you haven't had a lot of time to get yourself kind of adjusted mentally to be in that position, but how's it going for you?
It's going good so far. I've been coaching at Eastmont for about 6 years now as an assistant coach, and so I know the boys. I've already got that kind of out of the way, and now it's just trying to figure out all the paperwork, and that's been most of the headache. But rolling around with the kids, that's what's enjoyable.
Right.
Coaching them, watching them, seeing their growth is what is fun and what makes coaching fun. And so watching them wrestle, that's kind of what we do it for.
Well, Moses Lake is always a tough task no matter what year it is. Talk about this matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough duel. We just need our kids to come out and wrestle tough, try to keep those points close. If we can avoid giving up pins and taking pins when we can get them, we can keep it close and try to squeak out a win.
I love the fact that we only have one forfeit in all the weights classes. You got to love to see that.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good lineup. Unfortunately, with the descent plans, we weren't able to get someone at 120, but hopefully next year we can keep building the program and have a full lineup always.
Sounds good, Coach. Well, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there you go. Tyler McGee joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the bout matchup. Coming up next is Eastmont and Moses Lake here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Allergens. You can't see them, but they live in your carpet and your air ducts. Call the experts at Clean Air Connection for a clean, healthy living environment. Experience, education, and the right equipment equals the best cleaning job possible. Call Clean Air Connection today. Pet dander, allergens, dust, and pollen? Trust your home's carpet and duct cleaning to the experienced experts at Clean Connection. This locally owned family business educates their staff and uses only the best equipment. Call Clean Air Connection today.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
And welcome back once again here to Eastmont High School. Our coaches interview brought to you by TC Slingers. Let TC Slingers save you time, money, and labor with our conveyor application. Call for your free estimate today at 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. Eric Granstrom with you here at Eastmont High School as we get ready for this match between the Wildcats and the Moses Lake Mavericks. A big thank you to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. They're on the line at alpineair.net. Additional thanks to our gold sponsor, Town Auto Group. Well, we are ready for this one as both teams come in 0-1 so far. Moses Lake off of a 44-27 loss a week ago to Sunnyside High School. Of course, the defending Big Nine champions, and who could forget our broadcast a year ago in January when it came right down to the final match literally between Wenatchee and Sunnyside to determine the regular season district champion, and it would be Sunnyside getting the title. Meanwhile, Eastmont off to an 0-1 start as they fell in their opening match of Big Nine play to Davis 42-27. So very similar scores in that first match of the season for these two teams. Of course, there's been plenty of tournament play as well. Now we're about ready for the introductions of our bouts here tonight. We are going to start at 144 pounds. They're going to start with the announcements here in the younger or the lighter weight. So Ian Garza from Moses Lake, who's a sophomore, will take on Carter Riggs, a sophomore from Eastmont. That's at 106 pounds. 113 pounds, Jake Schrader will have a forfeit here tonight. So that's 6 points for Eastmont. Meanwhile, Dwayne Zamora A freshman at 120 pounds from Moses Lake will have a forfeit as well, so 6 points going back to the Mavericks. So that'll even things out here as far as this match goes. 126 pounds from Moses Lake Jr., Cruz Hernandez. Meanwhile, the senior for Eastmont, Alexander Robles. At 132 pounds from Moses Lake Jr., Drayden Gaither. And boy, he is a challenge. He is ranked high in the top 10 of the states at 132 pounds. Evan Webb will counter him tonight. He's a junior at 132 pounds. At 138, the freshman from Moses Lake is Trenton Vasquez. Meanwhile, for Eastmont, it'll be senior Aiden Lunan Gomez. 144 pounds. That's where we'll start the match here tonight. Sophomore for Moses Lake, Ian Anderson. Meanwhile, Drayden Lamb, the senior, will go for Eastmont. At 150 pounds, that's the old 152, but it's now 150 this year. Connor Brosnaham, from a freshman from Moses Lake, will take on Keyston Hughes, the sophomore for Eastmont. Dayton Regan, the senior out of Moses Lake at 157 pounds, will go up against Nelson Nygaard, the sophomore for the Eastmont Wildcats. That should be an interesting one here tonight as well, as Nelson did very well last season. Dayton, of course, coming off a trip to state as well last year. Maddox Ramos, a junior at 165 pounds, will go up against Dax Dixon, the sophomore for Eastmont. Jesus Garcia wrestles at 175 pounds. The sophomore Riker Hall will be his opponent tonight, the sophomore at Eastmont High School. Malachi Town is a junior at 190 pounds. That's the old 195, but now 190. He'll wrestle for Moses Lake up against the junior for Eastmont, Randy Benner. Meanwhile, at 215 pounds, that's the old 220, it'll be a freshman for Moses Lake, Eli Anderson, taking on the junior for Eastmont, returning after a state finish last year, Ricky Kalunga Jr. The super heavyweights are 285. It'll be a sophomore for Moses Lake, Oscar Rodriguez, taking on the sophomore for Eastmont, Adric Kidrowski. So those are the lineups here tonight. The head coach for the Mavericks is Jose Tanguma. He's assisted by Frankie Torres, Lucas Garza, Brandon Cruz, and Ryan Grubley. Meanwhile, Tyler McGee, the head coach for Eastmont, is assisted by Stacy Webley, Carlos Trujillo, and Ricardo Kalunga. The officials for tonight are Cody Eilers and Brandon White. We'll take a quick break, come back, get you ready for wrestling. Coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
All right, back we are, ready for our first match of the night at 144 pounds. The whistle sounds, and we're underway with Big Nine Wrestling tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Ian Anderson, the sophomore from Moses Lake, taking on Drayden Lamb, the senior for Eastmont High School. Eastmont in the red singlets, and Moses Lake in the dark-colored singlets. Black, if you will, trimmed in maroon and gold. Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel, bringing you our first sports broadcast of the winter season. It'll be a busy one come January. We're getting a big start this week with 3 different events. We'll be at Wenatchee High School for a doubleheader in basketball coming up on Friday. Grant Olson will be courtside there as Moses Lake and Wenatchee will do battle. And then Saturday back here at Eastmont High School, I'll have your play-by-play as the Wildcats host the Wenatchee Panthers in the first of 3 meetings this season. Good move there by the sophomore Anderson. He'll get the takedown and get the first lead here of this match. Anderson just threw Lamb past him, was able to get behind him and break him down to the mat. Again, some changes in the weight classifications this year. Just some slight adjustments, kind of more helpful for the bigger fellas. That starts here at 144 pounds, and now tipping Lamb over is Anderson, and he's crowding him. The old days, when you got shoulder off the mat, you couldn't pin him off of outside the circle. But nowadays, if you have any part of your shoulder inside the circle, then that could result in a pin. So 1 point escape is going to be given by Anderson to Lamb as they'll go back down to the mats, and quickly a 2-point takedown here for Anderson. So he leads the match 7-1. Again, this is our first match of the night. The scoreboard reads 106 pounds, should be 144 pounds. So that might be messing you up a little bit on your screen at home. But Ian Anderson with the lead here, 7-1 over Braden Lamb. Again, they do as they do the weigh-ins here about an hour or so before the match. At that point, they'll draw a number out of a hat to determine which weight classification they'll start with. And the number drawn tonight was 144 pounds, the old-fashioned 145 just from a season ago. So the choice is to Anderson, and he'll choose down here as he leads it 7-1 after one round here against the senior Braden Lamb here for the Eastmont Wildcats. Now we're going to get a caution against Eastmont. Apparently wasn't chest to chest or centered over the bottom wrestler, according to our official here. I think this is Cody Eilers, our official. Quickly up to his feet and then spinning. Out of the hold is Anderson. Now trying to work his hips around to get the reversal. They're still saying that Lamb has control as he holds on to that single leg. And now he'll turn it loose and get a 1-point escape. To Anderson, he now leads it 8-1. And now a takedown for Anderson, so give him 2 more points. So it should be 10-1. A little bit behind up on the scoreboard here, so that will mean that our scoreboard on the video that you're watching is also a little bit behind. There we go, 10-1. Just about a minute to go here in round 2 of our first bout of the night at 144 pounds. Again, the changes in the weight classifications. Last year was 145, now it's 144. Last year was 152, now that becomes 150. 160 last year becomes 157. 170 a year ago becomes 165. 182 from the past becomes 175. 195 becomes 190. And 220 becomes 215. You able to follow that at home? 285 is still 285. 120, 126, 132, and 138 still the same as in the past. Same as 106 and 113. Now, I have seen some of the tournaments so far that have listed 103 pounds. So I don't know if that's an additional weight classification for dual matches, such as what we're watching here tonight. I guess it just matters if teams have somebody that slight to get out there on the mat. Again, Anderson trying to get some turn points here. Both wrestlers will go off the mat, so we'll get back to the center with just 1 tick left on the clock here in round number 2. Dominant lead for Moses Lake's Ian Anderson over Braden Lamb of Eastmont. Basically time for the whistle and then for the buzzer as we'll head to the third round. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. So Eastmont with a choice. Lamb will take both wrestlers up. Again, early season, they started grappling back in November with the first practices. There's been a couple of different tournaments that have gone on. 2-point takedown here for Anderson, and will he let him up again? Nope, trying to go for something. Yes, there is a 1-point escape given to Lamb, so it's 12-2 now. Official asking the wrestlers to go ahead and recenter themselves before they try a shot towards the outer boundary. And another takedown potentially here for Anderson if he can get his leg behind the waist of the down wrestler. And now Anderson will let Lamb back up if Lamb will take it. Well, he grabs the single leg, stays on his knees here. Control is still to Anderson, Moses' leg, with a minute to go here in round number 3. 14-2 the score. Anderson will let him back up, and a 1-point escape here for Lamb. So it's 14-3 now. Anderson looking for another shot. Boy, he got it deep that time and flipped him over his head. We'll get the 2-point takedown. So dominating performance here by Ian Anderson. Now he's got that arm and got the reverse on the half Nelson, trying to get the pin here and get Moses Lake 6 points on the board. 20 seconds left in the round. That's a long time for Lamb to hold on here, and he will not. A pin, minute 44 into round number 3. That is 5:44 into the match. So 6-0 our score with Moses Lake getting the win here, and Lamb a little slow to get up as he will head and shake the hand of the coach, Jose Tanguma, for Moses Lake, and we'll head to 150 pounds. It'll be the freshman Connor Brosnahan for Moses Lake against Keaston Hughes, the sophomore for Eastmont. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. Or go online to alpineair.net. We have some tape that came apart here holding the mats together. The mats are in 3 sections. They roll them up, put them away, roll them out, tape them together. And so had a couple of the wrestlers stumble over that tape. So that will go down as somebody's task on the tape job, which is usually the varsity and JV wrestlers for the home team. So as we get the taping taken care of here, I don't know if they're going to add some more tape or they're just going to try to re-stick what's on there. That's what they're trying to do. Last thing you want is a hole between the 2 sections of mat. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Apple Valley Honda committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. All right, so I think we got the tape job taken care of. Meanwhile, 2 wrestlers on the mats. Brosnahan, Moses Lake. Hughes for Eastmont. 6-0 the Mavericks on top here. See if I can get through a season of winter sports without saying the old mascot for Moses Lake. Good shot there in a single leg by Brosnahan. Good counter, though, by Hughes. You get that leg in there deep, holding on for dear life, and now Brosnahan lost it, and now possibly a cradle here. They're going to say a 2-point takedown, so control for Hughes, and now with a tip and the cradle looking for the pin, and can he hold on? Readjusts his grip, rolls chest to chest, goes with a half Nelson. Trying to get the leverage here. He's got 3 near fall points at least, and he is up by 5-0 score. as it is Keaston Hughes on top of Connor Brosnahan. Brosnahan with a sit out. The counter by Hughes. Hughes, good job of hand fighting, taking out the arm of Brosnahan as he tried to sit out. Tough when you don't have your arm available to post to help with that. And now Brosnahan turning, and this could be danger for both wrestlers. Who's going to get the head and arm? And it will be Hughes that gets it. And now he's reefing on that arm and that head. Brosnahan, no tip points, and so the score remains 5-0. Eastmont's Keaston Hughes, a sophomore, on top of the freshman Connor Brosnahan. Brosnahan, good-looking wrestler, just body control and everything, but Hughes certainly showed that he can wrestle with the best of them a season ago for Eastmont as we come to the end of the first round with Hughes on top by a score of 5-0. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So the choices for both wrestlers to stay up, and a beautiful double leg and a takedown here by Keaston Hughes. 2 points on the takedown. 7-0 the score now. He's looking for the far side cradle again. He got it off of the opening move of the match. Now looking for it again, but he'll tip him out of bounds, and so the official will blow his pipe, and they'll head to the center of the mat again. We've got a question here over at the scorers table. So the officials, coaches are happy, I think. Well, it says 2 minutes on the clock here. So far at 1:38. Okay, there we go. Minute 38. There we go. Now we got it correct. So Brosnahan down. Tries to stand up. Cutting him down was Hughes. Hughes posts the arm between the legs, knocks him down. Now has that arm underneath, reaching through his legs, now getting the half Nelson in, now the tip, and now looking for the pin with a minute 13. It's a long way to go for Brosnahan, the freshman out of Moses Lake, against Keaston Hughes, looking for 6 points for his team. He's got it in well now. Now it's about those arching, using your head, using your neck. No, it's going to be a pin. 1 minute, 3 seconds into the second round for Keaston Hughes, and we're tied at 6-6. So 3:06 into the match, a pin for Keaston Hughes, all tied up at 6 apiece. That'll take us to 157 pounds. Senior Dayton Regan for Moses Lake. He is a handful going up against the sophomore Nelson Nygaard for the Wildcats. Again, we've got issues with the tape. Might almost be better to get a roll out here and to redo the tape job. Our broadcast brought to you by Clean Air Connection. Keep your carpet, area rugs, upholstery, and air ducts clean with a healthier environment inside your home. Call Clean Air Connection today at yourcleanconnection.com. So same part of the mat where it was coming apart before. Now they're trying to tamp it back together again. The official says he's happy. And here we go with 157 pounds. Third match of the night here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Regan for Moses Lake, Nygaard for Eastmont. Regan, the aggressor here early. Nygaard hand fighting like crazy. Shot in deep. Double leg by Regan. Takedown, 2 points for the Mavericks. Now up. Escape by Nygaard. Regan with that long shock of hair, dancing around like a troll doll out there for the Mavericks. Both wrestlers sizing one another up. And now a single leg attempt by Regan as he goes down to a knee. Now he'll sink it in deep on a double leg. Nygaard trying to counter here. Nope. 2-point takedown again by Regan. It's 4-1. Maverick wrestler in the lead, and now that crossface from the far side, he'll bring it over near side and suddenly has a cradle and looking for a pin. Nygaard got out of the cradle, and they're going to say a 3-point near fall for Regan. 7-1 suddenly. Regan looking again for the cradle. He's got it on the near side, going to flip him over backside. And again, looking for points at least, if not the pin. Nygaard flailing about, but no, it's going to be a pin. A minute and 26 seconds into round number 1. So it's pin or be pin for the Wildcats here tonight, as it is now 12-6 in favor of the Mavericks. That'll take us to 165 pounds, and junior Maddox Ramos for the Mavericks. Dax Dixon goes for the Wildcats, a sophomore. So junior versus sophomore here in our 4th match of the night. Ramos again in the dark-colored singlet. Dixon in the red singlet with the white band around the belly. Well, coaching for Eastmont saying hard hands, a deep sink on the shot by Ramos, but Dixon's able to counter, come in behind him, no points yet. And there is a takedown for Dixon for Eastmont. Now looking for the cradle, he got it, and he's going to get a pin. Holy cow, look at this. For Dax Dixon, a pin. 44 seconds into round number 1. Ties the match up at 12 apiece. Interesting one here tonight so far. As we go to 175 pounds, this is Jesus Garcia, the sophomore for Moses Lake. Riker Hall, the sophomore for Eastmont. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Cascade. Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate has been helping the people of North Central Washington with real estate for over 40 years. Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate is guiding you home in North Central Washington. Appreciate you joining us tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. I'm Eric Granstrom with your play-by-play tonight, kicking off our winter schedule tonight here with some Big 9 wrestling action. 175 pounds. Jesus Garcia for Moses Lake. And it is Riker Hall for Eastmont. So far, it's been the Mavericks, the Wildcats, the Mavericks, the Wildcats, in our first 4 matches. Tied up in the team score at 12 apiece. It was a good try by Garcia on the throw, but a better counter by Riker Hall. You get to these bigger weight classifications, and you'll see a lot of attempts at throws. Meatier muscles for both wrestlers. Trying those power moves from their feet. Garcia getting in, hand fight going on. Latching onto the back of the neck is Riker Hall. As they go forehead to forehead, beak to beak here, with over a minute gone in this first round. Still scoreless in this match at 175 pounds. Single leg here by Hall. Counter by Garcia. Hall trying to reach and trip. Meanwhile, reaching down was Garcia, trying to trip Hall. Now Hall reaching up for the head, trying to get the cradle on their feet. Not necessarily the best idea. Now he's reaching for the other leg, and a 2-point takedown. First points of the match go to Riker Hall with 13 seconds left here in the first period. $175 pounds is our match right now that you're watching on the NCWLIFE Channel, and we're through the first round with just 2 points scored in that first frame. Those by Riker Hall. The choice will be by Moses Lake, and Garcia is going to take down here to start round number 2. Toughest 6 minutes of your life, wrestling someone your same weight for 6 minutes. It doesn't take long for the oxygen to leave your bloodstream, for those muscles to start to burn, and then that guy that's the same weight with all of it on top of yours feels like he weighs twice as much. 140 left here in round number 2. Both wrestlers to their feet now. Garcia trying to get their reversal, or at least an escape, trying to pick Riker Hall up. Hall spreading his base, trying to keep control here. He still has it, according to our official. So no points either for either wrestler. Now he's going to break him back down again as Hall, and looking for the near side cradle, but you got to stick your head in to bend him your way. Now the crossface by Hall, but he's got the crossface, and then he puts his body over on the same side he's trying to crossface. That makes it a little difficult, because unless you got really long arms, that's tough to achieve. Under a minute to go here in round number 2. 2-0 the score. Hall on top of Garcia. Garcia back to his base. Hall a little bit high here, but also was able to get the cradle far side, draw him to him, and got the pin. How about that? Minute 26 into round number 2. 2:26 into the match. So another win by pin, and Eastmont has its first lead of the night, 18-12 over Moses Lake. We'll head to 190 pounds. Malachi Town is a junior for Moses Lake. Will wrestle Randy Benner, the junior for Eastmont. This should be a good one. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. 190. It was 195 pounds in the past several years, but they dropped back to 190. This was my weight classification back in the day at Cedar Woolley High School. Unfortunately, when I came to wrestle my senior year after playing basketball for 3 years, I had a defending state placer also at 190 pounds in the name of Steve Kilcup. He mopped the mat with me on a regular basis in practice. I was happy to say by the time we had our last challenge, he beat me 3-1. Just about halfway through this first round, Malachi Town on the bottom here. As Randy Benner is on top, Town looking for the tip. He's got the single leg. Benner holding on for dear life, spins and gets the 2-point takedown. Up to his base is Town. Grabbing that ankle on the far side was Benner. Finally breaks him down. Now looking for the arm. Couldn't quite get it. Strong man in the bottom is Malachi Town. Both of these wrestlers juniors. Now far side half is in by Benner, but he gave it up. He's got the arm barred on the other side. Tried to spin him that way, but spun him out of bounds. 21 seconds left here in the first round. Benner on top, 2-0. Benner will go with the left arm around the waist and then quickly switch opposite-handed. And that can help a lot if a wrestler's not used to that. If you could be ambidextrous as the top wrestler, start at one side and then quickly move back to the other, that changes the whole counter by the bottom wrestler. No points here. 2-0 our score after one round. Randy Benner leading Malachi Town in this 190-pound match between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Town will choose both wrestlers up, so they'll work on their feet again here as we start round number 2. Benner pushing Town to the extremities of the circle. Now they get back to the center. And a beautiful shot to the single leg by Town. Counter attempt by Benner on the top, but boy, Town got in deep on that one. You got to keep your legs spread and then try to reach for an ankle, reach for a leg or something if you're the guy on the top right now in this position. Or see if you can get your arm in across the face and break that hold on his leg. Benner tried to spin. Now both wrestlers to their feet as Town tries to lift him up with that single leg. And now Benner looking for the throw. Actually gets thrown out of bounds. Both wrestlers still on their feet. No points. Halfway through the second round. Deep shot again by Town, but then, look out. Both wrestlers head towards the floor here, off of the mats. And a nice job by the official to stop the action. Decent crowd on hand here tonight at Eastmont High School. Second match, dual match of the season here for both of these squads. The wrestling world has become more about tournaments than it has about dual matches in the Big Nine and in your league. Big match happening, a double duel up in Leavenworth tonight for the Caribou Trail League with Quincy, Cashmere, Cascade, and Chelan. Now, boy, good job by Benner. Get himself out of trouble as he had the single leg, and then the counter by Town nearly threw Benner to his back, but then Benner will counter and get the 2-point takedown. 4-0. Randy Benner on top. Saw some sweatshirts around here with Benner on the back. I assume family members of Randy here tonight. Now far side cradle, but not going to have the time to get any points out of it. Benner has the choice here, already has chosen down to start our third and final round here. 4-0 the score. This is where, how much do you have in the reserve tank? Breathing heavily is Town on the top, and then a quick 2-point escape, or no, 2-point reversal, put it that way, for Benner. Just very quick, explosive off the bottom here for the Wildcats. 6-0 the score, Randy Benner on top. We might have our first non-pin of the night. Sixth match of the night. Did I speak too soon? Town might be running out of gas on the bottom. Benner looking to tip him. Got a long time left here in round number 2. But Town reaches up, grabs a hold of Benner's leg again. Makes it difficult for Benner to do much from the top, and now we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get an injury time, and looks like some blood, possibly, by Town. So they'll start a clock. It is actually the nose of Randy Benner that has started bleeding. So they will try to treat Benner for the blood and also wipe both wrestlers down. So they start an injury clock. You get 5 minutes on the injury clock for the entire round. So they start it, and then when the wrestlers are ready to go, they'll stop it. But then if they need to stop again, they'll start it again from that point. So our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality, installation, service, and repair. So they also need to take care of the blood on the mat. This has been going on for decades in high school wrestling with any potential issues regarding pathogens in the blood and such. So they try to do as best they possibly can to take care of any spots on the mats, any spots on the wrestlers' bodies, including their singlets. So that's the part that the crew is working on right now here at Eastmont, is just to make sure that they have the mat clean before we resume action. So they will stop the injury timeout at 4:21 here. So if there is another injury or blood issue that pops up here in the next few moments of this third round, then they could restart that clock again. The official also doing his diligence out there, trying to find any spots that need to be cleaned up before they resume this match. Looks like it's all good to go. So Town will be down, Benner on top. They'll need to get the injury time off the clock and then put the time of the match back on the clock. Well, the official didn't see it. There we go, 1:16. They'll restart it here. And it's a 6-0 lead for Benner. We've had nothing but pins so far tonight. This is the sixth match of the night. Do we have our first decision at hand? Town looked to me like he could use that time out there to kind of get his wind back. And now looks a little more fresh as they restart the match with 50 seconds left in the third. Benner doing what he can from the top position to break down Town. Has the crossface, looking for that cradle possibly again. Crossface again the other way. And now hand fighting going on as Benner keeps his hips right on top of the hips of Town with 27 seconds left in the round and in the match. Again, trying to now get an arm bar. Now he's, look out. He had full Nelson. Can't do that, so that's 1 point given to Town. So it's now 6-1 with 18 seconds left. And if Town can somehow get a reversal and a near fall, that would change things dramatically, push us into overtime. Town is broken down with 13 seconds left. Unless something incredible happens here, don't think that Mr. Town is going to see his night go the way he wanted it to. Good match, though. 6-1 the final. Randy Benner gets the decision. And we'll give Eastmont a few more team points as we'll head to the 215-pound match, as it's now 21-12. 3 points awarded to Eastmont team score. And at 2:15 for Moses Lake, it's Eli Anderson, the freshman. He'll go up against the junior, Ricky Kalunga Jr., for the Wildcats. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop-off available, too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. So here we go. 215 pounds. And sometimes you can get quite the varied body type in this weight classification. You can get somebody big and tall, or you can get a couple of wrestlers like we have on the mat right now. I think they're about the same height. This used to be 220 as of a season ago. 215 pounds now. And watch for throws here. Ricky Kalunga, by the way, placed in the top 5 at state a year ago for the Wildcats. Looking to go back again this year. I should say he placed in the top 8 and is ranked in the top 5. And a 2-point takedown going to be given to Anderson here. Kalunga went in for the single leg and then just didn't get it taken care of right. And so 2 points for Anderson, the freshman. How about that? But sometimes wrestlers make little errors here and there. And if the wrestler they're going up against is any good, then a counter can result in points very quickly. Kalunga now on the bottom for Eastmont. To his base. Anderson trying to bring him back down, and he does. 30 seconds left in round number 1 here. Also, early season conditioning is huge and also hard to obtain. You can run around in a wrestling room all you want. You can sweat all you want in a wrestling room, but there's nothing that compares to these 6 minutes on the mat. Both wrestlers go off the mat, speaking of, and so we'll go back out to center circle with 13 seconds left in round number 1. 2-0 the score with Eli Anderson out in front of Ricky Kalunga for Eastmont. Kalunga sits out. Anderson follows. Up to his feet is Kalunga. Trying to break the hands. Now looking back at that leg, and both wrestlers will get back down to the mat. No more points given. And the choice is to Moses Lake's Eli Anderson after round number 1. He will choose down. So we'll see what Kalunga can do from the up position here against Anderson. Kalunga looking for the arm bar here. Now goes for the crossface. Now Anderson getting up to his feet. Kalunga lets him go out of bounds, and a 1-point escape here for Anderson. He leads it 3-0. Also, without being around the weight room, without being around the wrestling room, for either of these schools, I don't know situations for independent wrestlers here. If Ricky or Eli might have to pull weight to get down to 215. So that could be an impact as well on your stamina and your conditioning, as if you're not eating much and having to work extra hard to drop weight to get down to your weight range to wrestle. That takes a lot out of you. I finished football my senior year at 215 pounds and dropped down to 190 to challenge. And by the time I got down there, boy, I had nothing left in the tank. Because that was about a 3-week period. And being taken down here, and then in trouble is Kalunga. Anderson looking for the pin. Reverses. 36 seconds for Ricky to stay alive. It'll be a 2-point takedown and a near fall of 3 points. So suddenly it's an 8-0 match with the freshman leading it. Kalunga trying to get back up here. Now gets a 1-point escape, his first point of the match. Now drives in, looking for the single leg. Counter attempt by Anderson. 6 seconds left here in the second round. 8-1 the score, Anderson on top. And that'll be no points given to the Moses Lake wrestlers. The horn sounds for the end of the second round. So the choice will be to Kalunga. He will choose down. Well, it looks like the headgear maybe broke. So they'll head over to the side here and try to get that repaired. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 509-884-4653. And by your Inland Northwest Honda dealers, including Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Looks like the headgear's taken care of here for Kalunga as we get ready for the start of this third and final round. Ricky finds himself trailing this one 8-1. Anderson on top for Moses Lake, the freshman impressing here in his debut on the NCWLIFE Channel. Kalunga to his feet, looking to break the hold of Anderson. Anderson tries to throw him back down. Kalunga reaching back. That's potentially dangerous to reach back like that, because if you reach back, you're giving an arm and possibly a head to your opponent. And again, Ricky tries to do that. Anderson looking for the half Nelson, but kind of hard to do that when the opponent is up to his base. Now spinning, Kalunga. Trying to crowd, trying to get his leg across. And if he can reach up and grab the arm of Anderson, and now it's a 1-point escape. So it's an 8-2 match with a minute to go. Can Kalunga get a throw here? 8-2, he needs 6 points. They go out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 53 seconds. And a stall warning on Anderson. The freshman trying to get the win here. Kind of a sideways shot by Kalunga, and that does not work well. And a 2-point takedown for Anderson. So Ricky Kalunga struggling in this dual match here tonight against the freshman from Moses Lake. Kalunga trying to turn. Anderson has the ankle, though, with 27 seconds. Breaks Kalunga back down to the mats. Ricardo back to his base again. Trying to find some magic with 15 seconds left. Anderson a little bit high. And now both wrestlers sit out. Kalunga just looking somehow to spin around here. And he does with a 2-point reversal with 5 seconds left. 10-4 the score. Kalunga not going to be able to get much more done than that. And that'll be a win for Moses Lake. The decision for Eli Anderson, 10-4. Very impressive for the rookie, for the freshman here against the junior for the Eastmont Wildcats. 215 pounds will go to Moses Lake, and they'll get 3 team points for it. So it's now 21-15 after that match. And we'll go to 285 here, or super heavyweight. That would be Oscar Rodriguez, a sophomore for Moses Lake, against Adric Kudrowski, the sophomore for Eastmont. Big fellas usually like the throws. They like to get it over in the first round. See if we get a throw here. Kudrowski on the push against Rodriguez. Kudrowski trying to get in tight. Get those arms controlled. Maybe set up the throw here. Head and arm, typically the big man's favorite shot. It's where you reach, you grab around the back of the head with your arm, get him all the way in tight, and then grab the opposing arm with both arms, and then throw him using your hips and your waist to get him down to the mat. Minutes gone in this first round, no score yet. Kudrowski with a head snap there, trying to see if he could break Rodriguez down. Rodriguez just kind of in battle mode right now. What you don't see a lot of with the big fellows like this is a shot on the feet. See, they use leverage, they use weight. And now takedown for Kudrowski. Trying to work quickly with 21 seconds left in the round, first round here. See if he can get him tipped. Going for the half Nelson. Not able to keep it as he tried to turn him. 5 seconds left in this first round. 2-0 the score. Adric Kudrowski leading it as we come to the end of round number 1. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling, call Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. That's Kennedy, Kenady. Both wrestlers up. The choice here as we head into round number 2. Kudrowski seems to have the advantage on the feet right now, being the aggressor between the two of these wrestlers, and 285 pounds. Of course, it's 285 on the minimum. This is unlimited. 30 seconds into round number 2. Again, Kudrowski looking like he's trying to set up another snap and drag for Eastmont. What's funny is, as I watch these matches, just being around my father, who was a coach forever, and being around wrestling for the younger part of my life, I can't help but move my legs and fidget my feet and strain and stretch as if I'm on the mat myself. And you watch coaches, you watch people that have been around wrestling as well. as they watch these matches, they also twist and turn and fight just like the grapplers out there on the mat. 45 ticks left in round number 2. No wrestlers really trying much here. There's just kind of a pushing match going on. Now the official, look out. Look out. Kidrowski looking for the takedown and looking for more. With 27 seconds left, has him turned, looking for the pin. Rodriguez doing all he can to stay off of his back. He will not, though. And the match comes to an end here in round number 2. 140 into it. 3:40 into the bouts. Give the pin to Adric Kidrowski, giving Eastmont 6 more team points. It's now 27-15. And we'll head back to the lighter weights, 106 pounds. We do have 2 forfeits that are going to benefit both sides coming up in the next 2 weights after this. So it'll be a push, basically. It'll be Ian Garza, sophomore for Moses Lake now, going up against Carter Riggs, a sophomore for Eastmont. Now, you saw slow movement in our last match. You watch the speed of these youngsters. 2-point takedown going to be given to Garza. Both sophomores. So you'd think about equal as far as the amount of experience, at least as far as the high school level is concerned. Of course, there's always the club wrestling, the summer wrestling, the freestyle. 2-0 advantage to Garza. We have had 2 decisions here tonight. The rest have been pins. Eric Granstrom coming to you mat side at Eastmont High School. First of our 3 broadcasts of live sports this week on the NCWLIFE Channel. Garza gets the half Nelson in. Riggs trying to fight it off, and he does before he gives up any tip points. Or exposure points, I should call it. That's where one wrestler is able to negotiate the other wrestler's body so that his shoulders or his back is exposed to the mat. They call those near fall points. If you hold it for a matter of a few seconds, it's worth 2. If you hold it for a matter of more than that, it's worth 3. Or if you put both shoulders to the mat, it's a pin. Just like that. 1:19 into the match. Ian Garza will get the win by pin and give Moses Lake 6 more team points and making this one very tight here, 27-22. Now there'll be a forfeit in favor of Eastmont, so that'll make it 33-22. Jake Schrader will go out and be lifted the hand with a forfeit, and now Dwayne Zamora will counter that for Moses Lake with a forfeit at 120 pounds. So that'll make it 33-28. So Zamora will check in with the scores table and do the official duties here. And this will be another forfeit. So there we go. 33-28 our team score. So it'll come down to these final 3 matches here tonight. The NCWLIFE Channel. Gotta love it. 126 pounds now. Cruz Hernandez, a junior for Moses Lake, against Alexander Robles, a senior for Eastmont. Hernandez, Robles. Here we go. 126 pounds. I expect this one to be also quick-moving, high-flying, tumbling action. A shuck by Hernandez. Robles with a counter. Both wrestlers go out of bounds. Whistle sounds, bring him back to the center of the mat. A reach for Robles. Hernandez pushes him away. Now the reach for Hernandez. Now the shot. Single leg is deep, but holding the back leg of Hernandez is Robles for Eastmont. Now the counter crossface. Robles able to get behind the hips and get the first points of the match. 2-0 to score on a 2-point takedown. Now, beautiful Granby roll by Hernandez. Gets the 2-point and now near fall points. Didn't have the half in. He does have the arm. It'll be a 2-point reversal and a 2-point near fall. So 4-2 the score. Hernandez of Moses Lake leading Robles of Eastmont. Robles sits out, spins and turns. Now he's let go. Both wrestlers on their feet. 1-point escape for Robles. It's now 3-2. Good start to this one. 35 seconds left. Deep shot, single leg by Robles. Hernandez with the counter, trying to tip him over. Sort of had the whizzer in, but then let it go. Now the tip by Robles. Hernandez follows, and a 2-point takedown for Hernandez. Robles with the spin. Now he'll get behind, and then a 1-point escape. Wow, back and forth we go. 6-4 the score. 10 seconds left here in the first round. Two evenly matched wrestlers. Senior for Eastmont, junior for Moses Lake. And that'll be the final few seconds of round number 1. 6-4. Cruz Hernandez leading Alexander Robles. Hernandez will choose down here to start the second round. Robles kind of shaking his left arm here. I don't know if he got kind of twisted up in all that activity in the first round. He'll go with the left-handed waist ride, trying to break down the hips of Hernandez. Not able to do so. Hernandez, wiry, is able to just kind of keep his spider senses about him. Hernandez up to his 4-point base. Robles trying to pull him towards him. This is very tough at 126 pounds, where you weigh the same as the other guy, and it looks like both are similar as far as strength is concerned. So it's very tough to get an advantage of trying to ride the other wrestler. And look out, he's getting tip points here is Robles, but that's a dangerous hold because he's pulling the wrestler right on top of him. They are going to give some near fall points, I believe. 2 so far. Yes, 2-point near fall for Alexander Robles. We're tied at 6. 49 seconds left in the second round. Up to his feet again is Hernandez. Robles trying to kick that one leg out. Now reverses sides. Now the tight waist trying to bring him down. Brought him on top of him again, but he's able to pin that far arm and still maintain control. Dangerous, dangerous move again. Now Robles, spin out by Hernandez. 1-point escape, he's back on top, 7-6. 15 seconds left in the second round. This is going to come down to the final point of the match. Collision with 7 seconds. Back to their feet. And that will be the end of round number 2. Best match of the night so far. 7-6. Hernandez leading Robles. Moses Lake in the match, trailing it by 5 points. 33-28. It's been a while since the Wildcats have been able to beat the Mavericks head-to-head in a dual match. We'll have to check the record books on that one. Moses Lake has been dominant through the decades. Sunnyside has kind of taken over the Big Nine here the last several years. Davis very good as well. And now up to his feet is Robles, trailing it by 1, looking for the escape. He gets it, ties the match at 7. Minute and a half left of round number 3. Shots by Robles, counter by Hernandez. Taking him down. And who are they going to give the 2 points to? They will give the 2 points to Robles. He leads it 9-7. Did they give any near fall points? No, he did not. Had him exposed, but not for long enough, according to the official. It's a 9-7 lead for Alexander Robles for Eastmont. Trying to give the Wildcats more team points. Extend that lead here. 57 seconds left. Both wrestlers got to be just gassed right now. Cruz Hernandez getting help from his teammates. yelling out onto the mat in the din here at Eastmont High School. A sit out for Hernandez. He'll crowd. He'll lift. He will. No. Will he get the 2-point reversal? No. They're still saying that Robles has the advantage. And now will they say a 2-point reversal? Yes, they will. Robles, Hernandez tied at 9 with 15 seconds to go. 1-point escape. So it's going to come down to a takedown with 10 seconds left. Hernandez with the shot. 10-9 to score. 7 seconds left. Robles trying to hang on for dear life. With 4, with 3, with 2. They're off the mat with a second to go. And the shots, and that'll do it. Alexander Robles with a 10-9 win over Cruz Hernandez. 3 more team points for Eastmont makes it 36-28 with 2 matches remaining. Drayden Gaither, top-ranked wrestler at 132 pounds in the state of Washington, the junior, will face Evan Webb, the junior, for Eastmont. Nine-point match team score as we have 2 matches left. We're at 132 pounds. Gaither gets the single leg, and now we'll get the takedown. 2 points for Gaither. Watch that leg, almost had a dangerous hold there. Evan Webb trying to do what he can from the bottom right now. Gaither with the tip. And there's going to be a 2-point near fall. 4-0. Gaither leading it. Webb, hand fighting. Boy, the electricity in this building during that last match was feeling to behold. Gaither looking for more tip points here with 1:03 to go in this first round. Got the arm. Trying to pull him towards him, posting up. And now looking for the pin here. And boy, he's looking pretty good to get that pin right now. He does. .112 into the bout. And a win by pin puts Moses Lake down by 2. Well, they got 3 on the scoreboard. But 28 plus 6 in my book is 34. So I've got 36-34. They got 36-33 on the scoreboard. Nonetheless, here we go. Last match, 138 pounds. Trenton Vasquez, freshman from Moses Lake. Aiden Luna Gomez, senior for Eastmont. You would think advantage to the Wildcats, but we saw a freshman beat a junior earlier for Moses Lake, and here's a 2-point takedown by the freshman here in Trenton Vasquez. Wrestling runs deep in Moses Lake, Washington. Just take a look at all the banners on the wall. And Moses Lake for all the state championships back in the day. $2-0 to score here. Again, the scoreboard says it's a 3-point match. We could have a tie here if this is a decision by the Mavericks of 3. And it could be the difference in the match right here. The freshman looking for the pin. Vasquez with a great hold here. Luna Gomez fighting for his life right now. Spinning, turning, 3-point near fall. It's a 5-0 match with 39 seconds to go here in the first. Trenton Vasquez looking nothing like a freshman out there on the mat right now for the Moses Lake Mavericks. Trying to bar up one of the arms. And now going for the reverse. 15 seconds left, and trying to get off the mat here is Luna Gomez. He is off the mat, and finally the whistle sounds. Another 2-point near fall, so that makes it 7-0. Down is Aiden Luna Gomez. Again, this is our final match of the night. We started at 144 pounds. We finish it at 138 pounds, and a great one here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. That'll be the end of round number 1. Dominant first round for the freshman from Moses Lake. Trenton Vasquez will get the choice here, and he will choose both wrestlers up as he gets a little help from his sideline. And now there should have been a caution against the Eastmont wrestler. He didn't have his toe on the line to start this round, but the official didn't see it. Deep single leg attempt here by the freshman again, and Vasquez is going to get the 2-point takedown. Boy, he is impressive. Luna Gomez working from the bottom again, trailing at 9-0 here. Major decision would give Moses Lake the match. And again, he's looking for the pin, looking for just clear sailing for the Mavericks. And he'll get it. And Moses Lake will come back and win the match. minute 21, so 3:21 into the match. And Vasquez with the pin. And Moses Lake with 39-36 victory here tonight. We will come back with more and a post-game show coming up on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Les Schwab. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of essential safety. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop by today. Also by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. And by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Back with more here from Eastmont High School coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today and let's find your happy place.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. We hope you're enjoying our holiday programming. From movies to your favorite music, we've got you covered. And while you gather with friends and family to watch NCWLIFE, we need to thank our platinum sponsor, Alpine Heating and Cooling, for helping us bring you these shows. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air? Call Alpine Air.
And welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, where we had a fantastic match here tonight between Moses Lake and Eastmont, and the Mavericks get a pin to win the final match of the night to win it by a final of 39-36. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Welcome, brand new sponsor here on the NCW Life Channel. Authentic Hawaiian barbecue, Hawaiian Loco Moco plate, the Japanese style ramen and bubble tea. Stop by at 1450 North Wenatchee Avenue today. Also by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. And Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center, a regional hub for career and technical education programs that equip high school age students with personnel, workplace, and technical skills. Give them a call today at 509-662-8827. Again, Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Appreciate them coming along and being a brand new sponsor as well here on the NCW Life Channel. Well, the match started tonight at 144 pounds with Ian Anderson getting the pin to win it for Moses Lake in the third round. So it would be the Mavericks going out to a 6-0 lead. And that's how we started the match here tonight. It was pin one way, pin the other, pin one way, pin the other. Second match of the night at 150 pounds. Keyston Hughes was able to get a pin, 306 in the second round. That tied the match at 6 apiece. Moses Lake would get the next win by pin. Dayton Regan would make quick work of his opponent on the night with a pin, a minute 26 into the match. Made it a 12-6 contest. Nelson Nygaard would be falling in that one. Dax Dixon would follow at 165 pounds for the Wildcats and get a pin just 44 seconds into the match to give Eastmont a 12-12 tie. The Wildcats would take the lead when Riker Hall would get a pin at 175 pounds. 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the match. That gave Eastmont an 18-12 lead at that point. The Wildcats would extend that lead on a decision by Randy Benner at 190 pounds. The decision final was 6-1. That put the Wildcats up 21-12. But then the Mavericks weren't done. Coming back and earning a 10-4 victory was Eli Anderson over Ricky Kalunga. How about the freshman knocking off the junior? That made it a 21-15 match at that point. Our super heavyweight match went to Adric Kedrowski. He won by pin in the third round. 27-15 was the score of the match after that one. Then we go back to the little guys, and Ian Garza would pin Carter Riggs to pull the match within 27-22. Then we had a forfeit for both sides, so that made it a 38-28. Alexander Robles would get a decision, 10-9. That was our best match of the night by far, so it made it 36-34 at that point. Drayden Gaither would get the win by pin, and so too would the freshman Trenton Vasquez. 2 wins for Moses Lake, both by pin, and that was the difference in the match as the Mavericks win it by a final of 39-36. We'll give you a preview of what's coming up the rest of this week and what we have for you come the new year. It's all coming up next as we continue with the postgame show next here on the NCW Life Channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients, handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
One more time around here at Eastmont High School, where the Wildcats fall in an exciting match here tonight to Moses Lake. 39-36 the final, as the Wildcats drop to 0-2 in Big 9 play. Meanwhile, Moses Lake improves to 1-1 on the season. Much more wrestling coming your way in January. Also coming up here later this week, we've got Big 9 basketball on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be at Wenatchee High School coming up on Friday. Grant Olson will have your call as the Wenatchee hosts the Moses Lake Mavericks. The girls start at 5:30. The boys will follow at 7. And then on Saturday, I'll be back here at Eastmont High School for more basketball as we get our first of 3 meetings of the season between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Girls start at 4:30. The boys will follow at 6 o'clock. Now, after the new year, we'll be back with Big 9 basketball, Davis and Wenatchee on January 5th. And then Monday, January 8th, we're going to take a break from some Big 9 and basketball and wrestling and all of that and bring you Apple Blossom Top 10. That's right, a get to know you from the Wenatchee Convention Center is on Monday the 8th, and then Tuesday the 9th. We'll bring you all the speeches, and then we'll bring you the top 10 announcement for Apple Blossom Festival 2024. That'll be coming up in January. On behalf of our entire crew here tonight, and also back in the studio, Matthew Moore handling the duties back there. Here on site, our line producers Dan Kuntz and Josiah Davison. On cameras tonight, Scott Patterson, and with the pinch hit duty tonight, Marion Granstrom. I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for joining us for Big 9 Wrestling, where Eastmont falls to Moses Lake 39-36. Have a good night, everybody.
Get the reverse and the pin is up. He does!
Thanks for watching live wrestling action here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Tonight's match has been brought to you in part by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Our gold sponsor, Town Auto Group. Sponsorship also includes Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Inland Northwest Honda Dealers, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. This concludes this live broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Looking for the pin here to tie this match, and he gets it.